Now, the biggest threats of any severe weather we do see would be potentially large hail, high winds, possibly upwards of 80 miles per hour. That is definitely strong enough to do some serious damage, as well as possibly even a few isolated tornadoes. From the Bayfield Peninsula all the way to the head of the lake, there is the possibility of a little bit of lake-enhanced snow. Now, this is the biggest question mark in our forecast right now. Here's a live look at US 53 in Trigo in northwest Wisconsin. You can tell snow is definitely actively flying, low visibility there, and looking at partially to definitely completely snow-covered roads down there. So this is definitely a system that has a little bit of it all. Mixed precipitation, freezing rain, plain old rain, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. Let's take a live look from our mobile weather lab right now. I think he's heading out towards Park Point, actually. You know, maybe he's heading towards the beach. It seems like a nice day to go to the beach, right, guys? And now we're on our way up when it comes to that temperature roller coaster. As a matter of fact, we're back into the teens as we head towards Wednesday. Unfortunately, what goes up must come down. And by the time Friday rolls around, we're looking at high temperatures only in the single digits once again. But
that wind is kind of the big thing that's kind of a factor in all of this.
Yeah, I mean, the wind's going to cause whiteout conditions, blizzard conditions, concern about a little bit of coastal flooding. So really not great news all around.
Okay.
Hail is not the only concern when it comes to these storms. We could also be talking about strong, possibly damaging winds at times. The further south, the further east you go, that's where you're going to begin to experience those higher snow totals. So just keep that in mind if you do have any travel plans. One thing that is important to know is that winds will now be out of the north and west off of Lake Superior. That could mean a little bit of additional lake effect snow for both tomorrow night, Thursday, as well as even extending into the day here on Friday. For northwest Wisconsin, they're looking at a lesser snow threat down there, but more rain and ice. Even moderate to, yes, heavy at times. That will have an impact on your afternoon as well as your evening commutes tonight. If we do make it above 60, not only will it be the first time this year, it'll be the first time in 159 days. We'll be very close to making it happen today. Today is going to be the opposite. We actually lose ground. So while most of us start off above zero, as we head towards this afternoon as well as this evening, you can see temperatures actually begin to fall back below that 0 degree mark. 5:16 now on this Thursday morning. Well, we have officially done it, guys. We broke the record for the all-time snowiest season in Duluth. Right now, 135.8 inches so far this season. That is 0.4 of an inch above second place. And guess what? We're only going to increase that margin as we head through the rest of the day today because, well, yes, there is still more snow ahead of us. A winter storm warning covers northern St. Louis County, Kvietkauskas County, as well as Itasca County. Right now, for the southern half of the region, we're talking about a winter weather advisory for central and southern portions of St. Louis County, as well as the entirety of Lake and Cook County, Douglas, as well as Bayfield counties in northwest Wisconsin, and Carleton County on the Minnesota side of things. Satellite radar showing, well, we're waking up with a little bit of everything out there. We got some plain old rain across northwest Wisconsin, probably a little bit of mixing right now along the South Shore. Across northern Minnesota, including the North Shore, the Iron Range, as well as the international border. We're talking about snow. For us here in the Twin Ports, we're talking about a little bit of messy mix that, believe it or not, it was probably a little bit of snow and a little bit of sleet that officially put us over the record for the day in Duluth. Now, not only are we dealing with rain, but we're also dealing with some thunder and lightning across northwest Wisconsin, especially down towards Iron and Gogebic counties in the upper peninsula of Michigan. So, yeah, it's really a little bit of everything to start off our day on this Thursday morning. Here's what we're expecting through the rest of the day today. You can see, I think this is the second wave of precip that's going to gradually begin to kind of die off as we head through the later morning hours. Then a third and final wave will begin to make its arrival as we head towards this afternoon. You guessed it, starting off as a little bit of mix for us here in the Twin Ports. All snow across the northern Minnesota international border, and then, yes, primarily rain across northwest Wisconsin. As we head towards tonight, that mix is going to gradually transition over to all snow, especially on the Minnesota side of things. Still some plain old rain showers across northwest Wisconsin. Then as we head towards our day on Friday, yes, we're still going to hang on to those snow showers, but they're going to be a whole lot more scattered in nature. They're also probably not going to produce nearly as much snow as we see through the day today, as well as through the overnight hours tonight. Now, in terms of additional rain, it's important to point out the totals you're seeing on the Minnesota side of things, that's going to fall as mainly frozen precip. What does that mean? You're not going to see an inch of rain. We're going to see some snow. We're going to see some sleet. We could even see some freezing rain. Across northwest Wisconsin, though, those are mainly rain totals down there because, yes, this system is a mainly rain system across northwest Wisconsin. In terms of snow totals across the region, I have increased them a little bit for some places, including us here in the Twin Ports. I think we're the Twin Ports, probably looking at anywhere in the 4 to 8 inch range. A trace to an inch for most of northwest Wisconsin. Then as you head up towards the Iron Range, the international border, you really begin to tick up those snow totals. The International Falls area, wouldn't be surprised if they made a run above the 1 foot mark. Probably not so many people saying the 18-inch mark up there, but it is definitely a certain possibility within the realm of possibilities here as we head through the next few hours and through the rest of the day today. Not only are we talking about snow, but we are also talking about ice out there as well. Ice accumulations of possibly up to a ½ an inch in some places, especially right here in the Twin Ports. That really is the bullseye. Then you combine that with the strong winds that we're seeing across the region, gusting upwards of nearly 50 miles per hour. That does become a concern, especially when you relate it to power outages. As we head through the rest of the day today, we are going to keep those winds, especially from the head of the lakes up towards the North Shore. Wind gusts possibly upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour. Through the overnight hours tonight, we could possibly even see gusts again upwards of 50. Then I think those winds really begin to back off as we head through our day here on Friday. Now your forecast for today. Yes, it's another day of messy, wintry mix out there. Temperatures today generally in the low to mid 30s across the region. And now look at that 7-day forecast. You can see a little bit of mix for our day today. Then as we head towards tomorrow, yeah, we're still going to have the potential for snow, but it's a lot more scattered in nature. It's also a lot lighter in nature. Not looking at too much snow, additional snow for our day on Friday. As we head towards Saturday, there is the opportunity for maybe a few stray flurries here and there, but the weekend should be mainly dry as we head towards next week. Partly cloudy skies overhead for both Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures climbing back into the mid and upper 40s, which is still below average for this time of year, but at least we're not snowing anymore. And I know what, Paul? Now that we've broken the record, we can just fast forward right to summer now.
I think a lot of people would agree with that. You know, everybody, it depends on where you're at, South Shore, you know, northwest Wisconsin, the northern part of our area. They get different kinds of snow totals. I mean, our record isn't anywhere near what they get on the South Shore, but it is quite amazing the amount of snow we've had here in the Twin Ports. So
now that we're done, let's just wipe our hands of it.
Skip April or skip May and go into June, right?
Go right to the 80s.
That'd be good. Thank you, Peter.